Hello everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back to my craft room and back here on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. Today is another installment and I didn't know I needed to know that. And I have been doing some research as of late, trying to find what I thought would be an affordable and yet versatile stamping platform that we could use, since we no longer can get the absolute wonderful Stamparatus that Stampin' Up! Carries. So what I did is I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of different videos before I decided on a product, and I bought this one with my own money, and I have opened it, but I wanted to show you how it came packaged. So I kind of put everything back in the package, except I did tear that little background piece. But this is what you get. Now normally the magnets would be right here. I have taken my magnets out and covered them with some tape so that it just makes it easier for me to be able to pick those up. So I'm going to set those over here to the side, and I'm going to show you when you get this. It opens very easy. It has a little pull down tab right here, and it just opens. It's perforated and it tears open really easy. Then you can slide this little paper out right here. That's your backing. You're going to have an instruction sheet that will show you how to use it, but it's really a very simple tool to use. So then as you take it out, you're going to notice a couple of things. This just gives you some examples of two-step stamping and things like that. The other thing that you can do, you can buy additional stamping plates for this. So let's turn it like this. It doesn't matter which way you turn it. It does tell you there's 5 pieces. So this is your stamp block. You have this little cushioned piece in here that has a grid line on it, and that also comes off. Then you have a very gridded area here that has no cushioning, and it's got ridges in it, so I think you would always want to use it with this. And then of course you get your 2 magnets, and your base. So that tells you that's your 5 pieces that come with this. We're gonna use it today, and I'm gonna show you how it works. And the one thing that I like about it, it makes no difference whether you're using photopolymer stamps or cling stamps. It's gonna work with either or. So I'm just gonna take out our little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the stamp for that with this Crafting With You stamp set. And I'm going to grab a scrap. Now you do have a corner that you can put everything in, just like you would on any of the other platforms. So you just put it in like that. If you want to, you can put one of your magnets on to hold it. Totally up to you. If it's up in that corner, you can always push it back in there. So now I'm going to position this where I want it on my paper, and I think I want it right there in the middle. And then you've got these little pegs that these slip down on, so you're just going to sit it down, press, and of course that's going to pick up your stamp, just like any other stamping platform. So I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to grab, let's grab some boho blue. I love that color, and I think it's beautiful, and since we have the little machine that is that color, I think it's appropriate. So I'm going to ink that up. I do like the fact that it comes off where you can lay it to the side. You don't have to worry about stamping on a platform or what have you. So then it has these little rubberized feet, so it's not going to really touch until you mash. So then you're going to mash right in the middle and give it a good press and press. And you can see where it's hitting the paper already. And look at that impression. Beautiful every time. So I'm going to take my cleaning cloth, and I'm going to get a little bit of cleaner on it right over here. And I'm just going to clean that off. And I'm going to show you, as well as that worked, you can also work it with your cling stamps. Those are a thicker stamp. You don't have to change anything on your board itself. All you have to do is just pick, I love this one. This is called the Good Feeling, and you've got these big nice stamp sets. Let's do Sending Sunshine and Good Feelings Your Way. So let's take this piece out, And I'm just going to grab another piece of scrap cardstock. And the good thing about this, if you needed to put a larger piece in, it will stick out this side or this way, so you can use a larger sheet of paper in here, which I think is great. So I'm going to put this one in this orientation, which is landscape, because I've got this big stamp. So I'm going to sit the stamp down where I want it to stamp at. And then I'm going to turn this over and put it on my pegs and mash down, pick my stamp up, and then we're going to come in and I'm going to use some Memento, because y'all know that sometimes with Memento you have to stamp more than once. And that's where you need a stamp positioning tool desperately. So we're going to ink this up. I am giving it a good inking just to see how it, how it fares with this stamping platform. And this one is called the We Are Memory Keepers Precision. Hang on a minute, I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It is the Precision Press Advanced. So, and again, we're just going to press right here on the stamp. Give it a good press, and I just like to go up and down on it a few times. And if you have one of those little tools that you rub with, you can use that on this as well. And then, okay, it's good, but it's not perfect. I'm gonna bring that up closer so you can see. So we're gonna ink it again. So I'm gonna turn it back over, and I'm gonna take my Memento. Give it a good inking again. And if you don't have a stamp positioning tool, I think everyone needs one in their craft room, because there are times that you need to do this, or there's times when you're doing 2 or 3 step stamping that you need a press. So let's see how that, now that looks beautiful. Look how pretty that turned out. I'm bringing it up close to the camera so you can see. I think that is absolutely beautiful, and it's so nice to have something like this. Now I do have a Amazon link. This retails for like $25.99, which is an excellent price on a stamp positioning tool, because y'all know that most of the time you will spend $50 to $60 on a stamp platform. This one comes in at $25.99 plus your tax for your local area, and I think mine was like $27 with that. And of course with Amazon you get free shipping. So if you are interested in picking one of these up, by all means click on the link below. You'll have a link below this video that will, I believe it's the first item on my list, that says the We Are Memory Keepers Precision Press Advanced. So I think that would be, it was right here on my plate, and I looked elsewhere, but it says right there, we are Precision Press Advanced. So I know some people say they don't trust the We Are Memory Keepers product. I've only owned one item that was We Are Memory Keepers that I didn't love, and it was a trimmer scoreboard combination all in one, and I didn't like it at all. I thought it was not well made. It was hard to use, but this one I have been so impressed. Let me get a two-tone stamp, and we're going to do a two-tone, and the two-tone floor is a perfect example of that. So I'm going to pull these 3 out right here, and these 2, I'm sorry, just these 2. I'm going to pull those 2 stamps out. You have one that is your solid background and one that's your detail, and we are going to do this in, let me get another piece of white cardstock. And see what I mean about if it comes over, you've got plenty of room, you could do it either way, and if it sticks out, you don't have to trim your paper to make it fit. It will automatically fit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my magnets on that, just to kind of keep everything from moving. And I'm going to position my first petal, which is this one, and I want to do this one in my lightest ink. So I'm going to put that right there, and then go ahead and pick this up just like that, and see if it pulls the paper. It's no big deal, because we'll just straighten the paper back up. The photopolymer stamps are stickier than your cling stamps, so a lot of times they will move your paper when you pick them up. All right, we're going to put some ink on this one, and I think for this one I'm going to use Bubble Bath. Really love the soft color of this beautiful pink. So I'm going to do Bubble Bath. And then I'm going to set this onto my pegs and give that a stamp. And now I'm going to take this one off. And I'm going to take my detailed stamp and I want to set it right down on top of that. And you're going to see the benefit of having this, because you can line everything up just like this. And you've got a little middle area right there. And if you get that lined up over top, let me pull this down just a minute so I can get it lined up right over top of where I want it. I think that's pretty good. Okay, back in frame. And now we're just going to pick this one up. And for this one, I'm going to do the Berry Burst. The Berry Burst and the Bubble Bath really do work well together. And for my detail, I definitely want something darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this ink pad and I'm going to ink this up. And then we are going to position this back onto our pegs and stamp that down just like that. And see how great it is to have something that will allow you to line it up ahead of time. And look at all that dimension in that flower. Isn't it beautiful? I love the way it does a two-step stamp. It's so nice to have a press where you can line everything up before you commit, because you know when you're hovering over it with a clear block, sometimes it's hard to get it perfect. But when you can play with it a few minutes without ink on it and get it down where it needs to be, and know that once you pick it up it's in the right position, it is a total game changer. I'm going to bring this one back over and clean this one too. Y'all know I'm a stickler for cleaning my stamps. So I wanted to come and introduce this to y'all. You're going to be seeing me use this a lot more often in my videos now. I still have my Stamparatus, but since y'all cannot no longer get that, I always feel bad showing an item on my channel that you can no longer purchase. So here is our examples of what we did with this press today. And again, this is the Precision Press Advance by We Are Memory Keepers. And with it coming in at a $25 price range, I think it's an excellent value. And if you need a stamp positioning tool, I highly recommend this one. And again, like I said, if you do want to purchase one of these, please click on the link below my video, and it will take you directly to this product, and you can purchase it straight from there on the Amazon site. And by using my link, I will get just a little kickback. Not a lot, but it's just a couple % from your sale, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it. So, and I would certainly appreciate that, because it does help me keep my channel going. And so, you know, and every little bit helps, because there is an expense to having a YouTube channel. You have all of your equipment, and anytime anything needs replacing or whatever, and that sort of thing. So I won't go all into that, because y'all know that it can be an expense. But this is a great tool to have. So think about it, and if you are in the market for a good stamp positioning tool, I recommend this over anything else that's out there right now. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. So until we craft again, take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.